and welcome back to my channel, Inspiring Life Design. In today's video, I'm so excited to be able to share with you an interview that I did last month with none other than Dean Graziosi. It was thrilling, exciting, and also a little bit daunting for me to do the interview, but I'm ready to put it out there so you can see all of the things that we talked about. Before I do, I've got a short video to show you to give you a great intro to Dean and all of the ways that he's made an impact in thousands of people's lives already. And I also want to let you know that right now I'm running a free prize giveaway where I have lots of prizes. There's some related to Tony Robbins. I've got Amazon gift card. There's various different things. All you need to do to enter is take the link below, which will give you a free entry into that giveaway, and you'll get your exclusive invitation to the training that Dean and I talk about that's going to involve him and Tony Robbins and a couple of special guests. So I can't wait to get on with today's video, so let's get to it. Here we go.
Today we're in the company of a phenomenal success story. Dean Graziosi is a multi-millionaire, New York Times best-selling author.
Talking about over 1 million books sold total.
We have a living legend, Dean Graziosi.
We have a living legend when it comes to personal development.
You're talking about a man who's hundreds of millions of dollars in sales.
One of the biggest names in the history of this segment.
He's also reaching millions of people online, and his life.
So much. You've impacted so many lives.
Literally booked this event because we wanted you to come speak at this event.
What I love about Dean is he's a genius at what he does, but the man, as corny as it sounds, he cares. It's easy to care verbally with your lips. He cares with the direction his feet move.
Hey guys, it's about 6 a.m. I'm on the top of Camelback Mountain.
What's up, what's up?
What's up, what's up?
What's up, what's up?
What's up, what's up? Just got done running the mountain.
Well, it's entrepreneurs like Dean that are helping make the world a better place.
What's even more remarkable is Dean
started by
dysfunctional home. He lived in a trailer.
You're a powerful, big spirit.
Sometimes it takes someone seeing in you what you don't even see in yourself.
His ability to captivate and inspire people.
And so there's so much wisdom in there.
Incredible generosity and your enthusiasm.
Give it up for Dean. The man changed my life.
Hi Dean, it's great to have you with me today. I'm so excited to have you on my channel and to have this opportunity to interview you. I've had so many questions sent in and I've had to sort of rifle through them and hone them down to get the best questions, but I'm going to jump straight in if that's okay.
Let's do it. Let's do it. It's good to be here.
Excellent. So obviously you've had massive success, New York Times best-selling author, multi-millionaire, leading real estate expert. I've done my homework. And so I was wondering, of all of the things that you've done, what do you consider your greatest achievement, something that you're proud of, and why?
Oh, wow. Okay, so I got to say the truth, and then we'll get to business, which is more, delivers more value to people. My greatest achievement is being a good dad. So hands down, I put that first and foremost over everything, as well as being a good husband. Those things I'm really proud of. The man I've grown into. Took me a little while to get there but I love being a great husband, and I love being an engaged father. I have 2 amazing kids, and I have a new one. I have a new baby just a couple months away. So yeah, so with that saying first, I think more than anything, I feel grateful for having a mindset or the ability to overcome obstacles, because on your way to wherever you want to go, there's always going to be things in your way. The rug will be pulled out from underneath you. The money won't come through. The people don't believe in you. The advertising doesn't work. The thing didn't sell. And I think I just see so many people that get 1 or 2 of those things that didn't work out, and they fall back to who they were, and they just stay there. It's like they were climbing and 1 or 2 obstacles came and they just went flat for 30 or 40 years. Wow. So yes, I'm grateful for all those things, and a multiple New York Times best-selling author and 13 different companies. I've generated more money than I ever thought was even possible. I love that I have the freedom of my time and control to be the dad I want, the husband I want, the leader I want. But none of those would have happened if I didn't learn that those failures were the building blocks to my success. You've heard it. I'm not the first one to tell you, but I'm telling you from someone on the other side that they're a must in your life. So don't look at them as a roadblock. Look at it as a stepping stool to your next level. So I would say the power to keep going.
Yeah, and that is so powerful. I know sometimes, well, I guess we all encounter those sort of blocks along the way, and it's finding a way to push through and keep yourself going. So I have been watching some of your lives recently, and I heard you mention that a lot of people have been asking you about your energy levels and how you sustain them. So I thought I'd take a slightly different angle on that.
Okay.
And ask you what it is that you do to relax and wind down, and how important you think downtime is to being able to then sustain your energy levels.
Okay, really great. So I don't take as much downtime as I should. So I'd love to say, you know, I meditate for 2 hours a day. I don't. I do my own little morning routine, and it's moments long. My downtime for me is time with my wife and children. It is. And it's kind of when I unplug. I try not to work weekends anymore. I haven't in a long time. And when my kids are with me, it's all about them. I play wiffle ball. I play ping pong, soccer, kickball, basketball, baseball, take my wife on dates. So that's my downtime. That's my downtime. And here's a gift I would love to give the world. And I know this is part of your life. Is you asked me what is one of the things that out of all my accomplishments, I think that was broad, saying I love the ability to accomplish and keep going even in the face of failure. But I love being in the information business. I love being in the knowledge industry. I love discovering things and sharing them with people, whether it's my book I see you have in the background, or the training I provide with Tony Robbins, or the blueprint, or anything I do. If there's one thing I can give somebody that allows them to shift or course correct or make better decisions, or just go, oh God, I never looked at it that way, and it changes their life. Like it's so addicting that even when I'm busy, I don't want to say stressed, but even when there's a lot going on, and I got a whole company back here, and this is my studio, but I got 75 people on the other side of that wall that I'm in control of every day, right? When you can find something or align with something where you know you're making impact, when you're leaning into your soul, it's not just a product or service. I'm not knocking anything you do, but when you can find something that you love that much, I don't really need downtime. I'm just being honest. My partner and dear friend, Tony Robbins, he doesn't need downtime because everything he's doing, he loves the impact and he wants to make more of it. So when people ask me where I get my motivation, my inspiration, how I stayed so energetic, because I freaking love what I do. Like I love it. And I feel like I'm doing a disservice to the world if I don't get my books or my courses or my trainings or in people's hands. So it's a great driver. And I would wish that for every single person listening or watching.
Yeah. Yeah. And I definitely associate that with too. For the last year or so that I've been really following my passion and doing what I love, I found that time disappears and I can be working quite late, and it doesn't matter because I'm actually just in flow and I'm loving what I'm doing. So yeah.
Well, good for you.
Thank you. So I wanted to ask you a bit about Tony, because quite a large amount of my audience is from the Tony Robbins family. And that's because Tony comes over and does Unleash the Power Within in the UK.
He sure does.
He does. So would you mind sharing, what was the first Tony Robbins event that you went to? Because I know you said the other day you went to Date with Destiny. So
I've been to Date with Destiny 3 times.
Wow.
I've been to UPW 3 or 4 times. So my first event I went to was, I bought his course off of an infomercial 25 years ago. So Tony made an impact on my life 25 years ago. It's the reason I went in this industry. I gave him money. He gave me knowledge. It changed my life. I'm like, I want to be in that business. I want to help change lives and get paid to do it. So it was only 2 years later, I created my own infomercial, my own product. And that was the start of it. So he truly impacted my life. I love the guy, and he's truly he's a better man behind the curtain than he is even on stage. And that's a true story. So my first event, though, back 25 years ago when I got his course and it changed my life, I wrote somewhere in one of my journals that I wanted to meet him someday. Yeah. And then I went on to do my own infomercial, and I ended up having the #1 infomercial in the country for a while. And, you know, he saw me on TV, I saw him, but we didn't know each other. And somebody connected us. And we connected. And when they said, we talked on the phone, and then we made it a time to have lunch in Chicago. And I get a message from Tony. He says, well, if you're coming to Chicago to have lunch with me, you must go to UPW. And I said, oh yeah, maybe. I said, I know all your stuff. He said, there's nothing like an event. You got to come to the event. And I remember showing up there like, you know, and he put me right up front, and he's like, while he's on stage, he gives me a little high, and I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to meet this guy. I mean, if you would have asked me if I could meet anybody in the world, it would have been Tony. No exaggeration, because he changed my life that much. So I'm sitting up front, and I have to be honest, I first got there and like, well, I'm doing big business now, and we're going to talk business. And within 10 minutes, I just threw all that ego, pretentiousness out the window, and I became a student. And for 3 days, I was completely emotionally, physically immersed in the event. It touched my heart. It touched my soul on a whole nother level. Tony and I went to lunch. We were supposed to meet for a half hour. We spent like 8 hours together. He canceled all the rest of his meetings for the rest of the day. We had so much in common. Our hearts connected. You know, it sounds sappy, but we legit became friends really fast. And we've been dearest friends for 10 years now.
That's amazing. And you've answered my next question, which is great, because that means I can move on to the next one. Because I was going to ask you where you first met him. So obviously I'm from the UK. And so again, most of the people who will be watching this will be in the UK or in Europe. And one of the most common questions that they come up with relating to, online business really, is around marketing. And the question is, do you have any suggestions for adapting marketing so that it's more catered towards a European market? I appreciate that might be a bit difficult for you to answer, but the reason I ask is because I think typically Europeans and Brits are a bit more reserved and cautious buyers. So
it's a great question. I'll give you the answer to that. You know, what Tony and I just did with the Knowledge Business Blueprint and what he does, the reason it's impacting in 80 countries now is because I think you'll realize this because you're a part of that family, is the authenticity that comes from what we do.
Yeah.
I'm enthusiastic. Sometimes I even get too hyper, but I hope you feel, and I know you do with Tony, that it comes from a pure place. It comes from a place of authenticity, a place of real and raw. And that is the common denominator of sales and marketing that works around the entire world. Let me back up. First off, if you're ready to scale or start a business in your life, what happens to all of us is we get sucked into the name of our business, the color, the logo, the website, the building, the developing, the 2 years of writing the book, the 18 months of creating the course, deciding if you want to do Shopify or Amazon. We spend all this time, and then we go, do we do Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, or should I try LinkedIn? And we confuse, we stack and compile and then overwhelm ourselves. And we're missing the most important part of all of it. It's marketing and sales. And what my best words I could say is learn to create marketing stamina in your life. Marketing works. If you try Facebook and it doesn't work, Facebook works every single day. You're just not working it. And how do you work it is you gain self-education. Go get specialized knowledge. Model other people that are working and obsess and test and tweak and take the 10% energy you put in marketing and move the needle to 80% in your company. Focus and obsess on marketing. Go backwards and make sure the product, service, or what you're delivering is the best on the planet. Once that's done, then you have to go all in on marketing. And I would have to tell you something, Karina, women have an unfair advantage in today's world.
Yay.
and I'll tell you what it is. And the faster you guys unlock it, you're going to blow past the men faster than ever before in history. And if being a part of KBB, you see we have more women crushing it than men. We just do right now, all around the world. And here's why I believe. We are all sick, not just the Brits. And maybe you're a little uppity. No, I'm kidding. I was just being a joke.
Right.
You guys just sound smarter automatically just because of you have an accent. We have the accent. Yeah, we have the accent, I guess. But I'm all kidding aside. what the world is craving right now, not just where you live, is authenticity. We're all sick of the get skinny in 5 minutes, fix your relationship in 8 minutes, get rich overnight. Like, we're just done with it. Somebody just tell me the truth and care about it and give me real capabilities. That's what people want. And that's who's growing. And why this is so good for women, especially, and all of us men, we gotta like really like observe this and steal it from you women, is women are born with another level of empathy, just compassion, deep-seated compassion and empathy. It's probably because you're moms and you got to go, you can become moms. Not that every woman's a mom, but you have that built in. The other thing I believe women have over us, at least in my experience, is a next level of intuition. I could be my wife and I'll meet somebody and I'll say, oh, I'll meet this guy. And she'll go, I don't think he has the same values as you. Like, no, he's good. And then 6 months later, I'm like, hey, hon, you were right. I'm not going to do business with that guy. Not the same values. So women have this empathy, this deeper level of compassion, and they have this intuition. So when they let those senses come out and apply it towards marketing, it comes across so real, because it is, because they're coming from a heart-centered place. They're coming from authenticity. They're coming with the instinct of what they know you need. And that's why I believe women, and I just did a post on this. I think 2020 is the year of the women entrepreneur. And I think us men better, I think us men better follow it and better watch it. If not, they're going to blow by us like we're standing still. Because a lot of times, and I could see myself too, I get so excited. I get like hyper. I'm like, come on, you got to do this. And it almost comes across too much, where like calm, centered, and authentic is where the world is going and what the world needs. And so yeah, more transparency, more authenticity, more obsession on marketing. I don't care where you live in the world, you'll outdo the competition.
That's still true. Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's just about adding a personal note to the marketing as well.
Of course. Absolutely.
Putting it in your own words.
Remember, people will buy from you. You know this because you've heard me say it, I'm sure, before, but people will buy from you when they feel understood. Not when they understand you. Don't try to get the world to understand how great you are and how many things you did. Just let them know you care and let them know you have a solution. And then the last one is enter a conversation already going on in the mind of your prospect. Don't try to make one up. Finish their sentences. Help them come from the heart, and your marketing will grow.
Yeah, absolutely. So last year in Vegas, you may or may not remember, I met you and your beautiful wife, Lisa.
I remember.
And you were just heading to Italy to get married.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So the question is, have you traveled anywhere else or much anywhere else in Europe much? And do you have plans to speak at any events over here? So,
yeah, not a real lot. I've been to Italy a lot because I have family there and I really love it. I've been to Spain, been to France. Have never been to London or England. About 5 different times almost, but not Australia, New Zealand, Japan, China. But yeah, not in your backyard, but
not yet.
And not yet. And I'm probably going to be doing a lot more because the demand is getting higher, and we keep saying no, and we keep getting more yeses. So Tony, I might do a little bit of a tour with Tony. So yeah, I'm going to wait until after we have a baby. We're a couple months away from having a baby, and then probably later next year we'll be doing a little bit of a world tour.
That would be amazing. I know people would be very excited about that.
Well, thank you.
So moving on to the subject, which I know is close to both of our hearts, and that's self-education. We've already touched on a bit already. I know certainly my life has been shaped by self-education from my early adulthood, from books, courses, and attending events, and I'm very passionate about it. What would you say your biggest hopes for the future of self-education are?
Really great question, and that's what the reason Tony and I started all this is to help make self-education more of the norm, right? Napoleon Hill in 1937 said general knowledge, school system, general knowledge is much, no matter how much you get, how vast, how wide, it will never result in revenue, never result in abundance. Where specialized knowledge, where you go deep, gives you exponential returns. And we're already starting to see the world change. IBM CEO Ginny Romney said that she doesn't care about blue collar or white collar anymore. She cares about new collar. She wants to hire people who have specialized knowledge. They immediately go to work. You don't have to train them. You don't have to worry about them. They start crushing it. Google, Facebook, Amazon are hiring people without 4-year degrees anymore, as long as they have specialized knowledge. And what does that mean? The trend is the education system is just behind. I'm not trying to be anything more than transparent. Is the world is growing exponentially. 20 years ago, we didn't have any of this stuff. Phones. I mean, think of what your phone does right now and what it did 20 years ago, just in 20 years. So the world is exponentially growing, and school systems are growing like this, and they don't keep up. I mean, one of the most trending comments right now is, by the time the ink dries on your diploma, what you learned is outdated.
Yeah.
So what people need is they need self-education. And what that really means is learning from someone who's already done it, whether they're a year ahead of you, 6 years ahead of you, 20 years ahead of you, somebody who condenses their time into days and shares it with you. So for example, instead of going to school for 4 years on how to market on Facebook or how to have a marketing degree, you go to a workshop and you get somebody who crushes it on YouTube, and you learn it in a weekend, and Monday you're putting it into play. And the world is realizing that. Now, what it means to me personally, and the reason Tony and I are screaming from mountaintops, that's why we went live last year and pretty much broke the internet. We had the largest online training in the history of the world. We're going live again February 27th. Once a year we're going live. I'm so stoked. It's going to be off the charts. I know you'll be there, and I hope I hope everybody listening is going to make it, because it's going to be unbelievable. But here's the thing. It really, if you boil down, like, okay, Dean, what is self-education? I guess the question would be, let me ask you, Karina, what would it be worth to you if you could go spend a day with your 20-year-old self?
Absolutely invaluable.
Right.
I mean, it'd be everything, wouldn't it?
Right. And if you had a little time to prepare, do you know what you would teach your 20-year-old self? You'd probably have some mindset, some limiting beliefs to crush. Don't do this, do this. Don't believe in this, say yes to this, say no to this. But let me give you some tactical stuff when it comes to marketing, selling, or whatever it is you're going to do, right? Well, that's what self-education is. Right now, no matter what you do, you have a skill, a passion, an expertise, or an experience. You went through hell and back and came out on the other side. Somebody's about to go through that hell. Someone's about to start on day one of the journey of cutting hair, being in marketing, doing sales, MLM. They're at day one, scared to death. They don't want to go to college because it's not working, or they went and it didn't work. They don't want to learn through their own trial and error. They want to learn from somebody who already did it, you. And what Tony and I have been obsessed on is, how do we help people extract what they know, impact, give it to the world, get paid to do it, and we fix the broken system. We help the whole world evolve, and we all go to another level. And so if I look back in my life, if I didn't have self-education, I have no idea where I'd be. I didn't go to college. I wasn't that smart. I had dyslexia, and I found self-education, and I'm the man I am today because of it. And Tony has the same story. If I didn't find Tony, I don't think I'd be the man I am. If Tony didn't find Jim Rohn and the path he led, he wouldn't be the man he is. So we're so obsessed with self-education. We get to watch it at Tony's events and my events. We watch people's lives completely transform. But now it's different. It doesn't have to be the Tony and the Deans. It's everybody. If you have an experience in your life and you want to share it for impact and profit, that's what we're teaching the world to do. And we feel so blessed. We're in 80 countries, 24,000 people strong, every niche you could possibly imagine. And people that are brand new that don't have an expertise are becoming the reporter of other people's knowledge. So it's just it's been a crazy, fun, amazing ride. And we can't wait to go live again and rock the house, rock the world.
Absolutely. I mean, the opportunities that are available now with the internet and all of it's so easy to get involved. I think pretty much anybody could do
absolutely.
It. So yeah, it's very exciting. So I think we've probably touched on this a bit, but how would you say self-education can help with somebody who's thinking, I really want to make an impact in the world, I want to leave my mark?
Yeah. So think about that. I was just at my dear friend, Rachel Hollis. Do you know Rachel? She's doing crazy. She's doing great things. She had the second best-selling book of the whole year last year. Just Michelle Obama just edged her out. Girl, wash your face. So I was at her event, 8,000 women. And I said to the whole audience, I said, if it was the end of your great life and you had just two choices, one, you could make massive amounts of money, or the other one, you could make a massive impact on the world, who would choose money? Not one hand. And it's the same in every audience I ever go to. I said, who would make impact? Everybody raised their hand. I said, leave your hand up if you'd like to do both. And everybody screams, right? It's what I've been doing all the time lately. But the fact of the matter is, it's what we all want. And I don't know anything that can do that as deep as being a part of the self-education industry. having the opportunity to say, I went through, I mean, you've watched some of the transformations. We have a woman who went through a divorce and she did it elegantly, and her daughter is thriving because of it. Or her son is thriving because of it. She was trying to figure out, what am I good at? I'm not that good at my job. She goes, oh my God, I did divorce elegantly. Now she's running workshops, virtual and in person, teaching people going through divorce. Stop the stupid stuff. You're hurting your kid. And that's her new calling. She's changing the world. And that's just one of so many. It's like we get to extract something we went through, and there's people waiting in line said, yes, I'll please pay you for that. I don't want to go through the experience myself. You've been there. Give me the rules. And that's really what we're doing.
Yeah, it's amazing. So the Knowledge Broker Blueprint, last year, obviously, it came out and made a huge impact on so many people's lives, mine included. I've done the course and I've got my certificate to prove it. So very excited about that. And obviously with all of the bonuses and the MindMint software, it was a groundbreaking offering. And looking ahead to what's next, because obviously the KBB2 is coming out, very excited about that. Could you share one thing from the last KBB launch or the program that you've been able to improve on, or that you feel that you've improved on?
Great question. So let me tell you, I believe in anything that works in life, there's three pieces. You have to have the right mindset. You have to have the tactics, the plan, the strategy from someone who's already done it. Mm-hmm. And then you need to implement, right? Yeah. So we need all three. We know, I mean, if you're in your 20s, you might not think mindset is important. Mindset is everything. Mm-hmm. So what we realized, I think we created the greatest course ever in history. I truly believe that. With the amount of successful students we have, the proof is in the pudding. But we still saw a lot of people's mindset, like they had the tactics, but they were like, no, I don't know if I can do it. I'm an introvert. I live in the wrong area. And literally Tony saw those comments and he's like, I'm breaking that wide open. So in our next version, Tony went back in the studio. He did 4 brand new trainings that are not any other place on the planet. They were so good. I'm not kidding you, Karina. I'm looking at my notes because he was filming it and he's my partner and my bud. And I'm still like, I was taking
I'm making notes
100 miles an hour. Like, it's so powerful because here's what I know. If we give you an unstoppable mindset, and you know, there's nobody better in the world than Tony. I'm just going to say it like it is. Date with Destiny will go down in history as the greatest live event that's ever been done. 100 years from now, they'll be talking about Date with Destiny. He will get you in a mindset that you feel unstoppable. That's the first part. But then we get to the tactics. Then we get to, how do you figure out your superpower? How do you gain your confidence? How do you create an agenda? Do you want to do a half-a-day Zoom call or an in-person workshop, or you want to create a community? We build all that. Then I go deep into marketing, and I don't think there's, as good as Tony is on stage, I'm good as marketing. So we go deep on the marketing. I do the marketing blueprint, the hook, story, close, all these things that give you the power to attract the perfect person that pays you. And then we teach you how to run it. So now you have the mindset and you have all the tactics and the proven formula. We got 60 years in this. But then the last part is the software. And that's the implementation tool. And I'll be honest with you, last year's software, MindMint, started from nothing and we created it. And I feel like last year's MindMint was amazing. It was like the iPhone 2. And we just spent the last year another $500,000, 6 full-time programmers, 2 sub-programmers, 2 outsourced programmers. And we took it from an iPhone 2 to an iPhone 7. It is absolutely unbelievable building. So just think, you get fired up, you learn how to build your site, and then you go build the site. You get fired up, learn how to do a video or learn how to write your copy, then you go put it in play. Get fired up, and then you go hit live and your website is up on tape. Like, it's all there. So it's mindset, tactics, implementation. And we just took that to a whole nother level. This is going to blow the lid off it. The world changed last year. On February 27th, it's going to change again.
Ooh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see the MindMint software as well, because I've used that already and I've found it so, I mean, just as it is now, it's so handy and so
wait till
easy.
You see. Yeah, wait till you see what we've done.
Yeah, awesome. Absolutely fantastic. So nearly at the end.
That's all right.
So my audience loves to create income streams, all about the money and seeking financial independence. So how would you say that the Knowledge Broker Blueprint can help on the road to financial freedom? What's the sort of way to profit from it, I guess?
Think about this. Do we want to be in an industry that's flat going down or going up? Dumbest question in the world. Of course we want an industry going up. The knowledge industry is a $455 million a day industry heading towards $1 billion a day, according to Forbes. It is growing like this. The world is saying, the heck with trial and error, the heck with school. I'm going to learn from a non-professional teacher who's actually done it. So we're in an industry that's growing. It's like the wave is coming in. You can either be in front of the wave or you could miss it. And this is your chance to be in front of the wave. We're fixing a huge problem. We're fixing a broken education system. We're also tapping into something that is beyond what you could imagine if you've never done it before, the gift of giving somebody knowledge so they can go faster. All of those things that's what drive you, what gets you out of bed in the morning. And how do you learn? You have to have the right mindset. Learn from people that are doing it. Tony and I, 60 years, we condense decades into days, having the tactics. So that's all good. But the byproduct is, and you're seeing it every day in our Facebook group, is people are taking what they know, using the internet and social media like we tell them, and they're putting 20, 50. I just saw yesterday 150 people in their first group. Like, you know, you write a book, it takes you 1.5 years and you hope it sells. But you could do a Zoom call in 30 days from today, sharing how you work out, sharing how you went through your divorce, sharing how you do hair, sharing how you do marketing, sales, empower women. Whatever it is that you do, we show you the process, and we're not teaching you this to do it free. This is about being a part of a sharing economy and getting paid for it and tapping into an industry that is exploding. I don't know anything. If you're ready to transition out of something or add an extra income, I'm not sure there's anything more rewarding. Now, is this a way to get rich overnight? No, but you know how those things work. This is the blueprint on how to tap into a great industry from two people that have been doing it really well.
Yeah. And I think what excites me the most about it is the fact that it's transferable to pretty much any niche. It
is. I mean, you see it. I mean, every niche you could possibly think of. There's a woman doing painting with alligators, and she's crushing it. Like,
it's insane.
It's okay. There's people that want to paint with alligators, and that's how the world is going. So we're really excited. And Karina, I know my team put this together. It's probably be on the page, but my team put a link together for you because we would love everybody watching, everybody listening, register and show up. If anything I shared today intrigues you, let Tony and I live explain it to you. So see if this is something for you. If you're ready for more, ready for another level, ready for more income, more impact, then go to karinaslink.com, karinaslink.com. I'm sure you'll put a link on the page too. Go there right now and register. Now, I believe most all of you will register. But the other thing is you have to show up. So put it in your phone, write it on your, put it on a sticky, put it all over your house, because we only go live once a year, and you're not going to want to miss this.
That's right. And that was exactly what I was going to come to next. So I'm really glad that you just covered that. Actually, in the UK, the call is in the wee hours of the morning. So I'm going to be running a Facebook Live party in advance of it. So
I love it.
Yeah. So I'm going to be putting information about that down below as well, so that people can join for that, get revved up, and we'll be raring to go by the time you guys come on and work your magic on the live. So super excited for that. Yeah.
Well, Karina, I appreciate all you do. I see some of the comments you put in the Facebook group. I love your energy, love your smile. I love what you're doing for people in the UK and how you want to give back. You're serving at the highest level. So I was happy to be here with you today. And I hope we delivered some great value to everybody who took the time to spend it with us.
Yeah, that's awesome. And thank you so much for joining me. It's been a privilege and a pleasure.
Well, great. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining Dean and I today. I have to say I had a wonderful time interviewing Dean, and I think he gave some really interesting insights into his life, a little bit about the man behind the scenes, and also some great value facts for us as aspiring solopreneurs and entrepreneurs. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you haven't already done so, don't forget to subscribe. I've got some more fantastic content lined up, and I shall look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.